Welcome back to CAT Simplified channel. In this episode, we are going to look at CountIfs, SumIfs, as well as average ifs questions. Now, I will be taking these questions into consideration. Limpopo question number 3.6, 2022. Free State question number 5.3 for 2022 prep. GDE 3.2, and then if time permits us, we will be looking at the DBE 2021 question number 4.5 as well. Right, I will start with the Limpopo 3.6. So I have here 2022 question papers. Limpopo question paper with 3 steps. Now, anytime you are dealing with CountIfs are always having a criteria and then the range. So you select the criteria from the range. And then the SumIfs is also having the sum range, the range that you pay the criteria, which is criteria range. And lastly, also has the criteria as well. Right. So this is the data that I have here. And then the question paper as well. It says insert a SumIfs function in cell C5 to determine the total number of fatalities in column C, which occurred in February 2022. So here, the keyword is total. The keyword is total. So whenever you get a question, that's a total. Maybe total age, total value, then it is SumIfs. But if it's the total number, then it's CountIfs or CountIfs, total number. Right. So let's check. That's 3.6. The total number of fatalities that occurred in the year 2022. So as we can see from the data given to us, we have number of fatalities there. And then we have the year 2022. And then the month as well. So we will need the year, which is 2022. And then we will need the month, because the question said that occurred in February 2022. So we will need both columns. And then we will need this one also, the number of fatalities. So in this case, the number of fatalities will now become our sum range, because that's the one that contains the values. And then the criteria range 1 is the year, and then we pick 2022 from it. Then criteria range 2 will be the month, and then we will pick the month of February from it as well. Sorry. Right. So now let's start with our question. Equal sign, SumIfs. You click on your FX. So the sum range, like I said, sum range, because the question said the total number of fatalities. Where you see the total, that column will be the sum range. So the total number of fatalities. And we have the number of fatalities here. So the sum range will be number of fatalities. Right? And then the criteria range 1. We are going to take the year. If it's too long like this in examination papers, don't select all of them. Then you change. You remember here from C7 to C 430, so here you change it to 430. You must always make sure that you use the minimum time to solve a question. And then this data is too long. In order for you to select all of them, you waste time. Right. And then the criteria that we are picking from it is 2022. Let's check the question again. They said that occurred in February 2022, yes. So the criteria will be 2022. And then the criteria range 2. Remember, this one, it must be picked from the range. So the criteria range 2 will be the column for the month. Like I said, you don't need to select all of them. You can even select 2. And you know, from E7 to E430. So you change this one to 430. And what are we looking for February? February starts with, you can type FEB, or you can say F with asterisk. That means begin with letter F. Then okay. Right, so we have 105 in this scenario. Now let's take a look at the next question, which will be 5.3 for Free State. 2022, question number 5.3. Paper 1. With 5 members. Right. Now, according to the question, we need to determine in Free State 2022. No, I think it's a wrong question. It's a wrong question. Sorry. Let's go back and check. The SumIf or CountIf from Free State. This is question number 2. Right, there was no SumIf. Now let's check another question. Let's go to GDE question 3.2 for 2022. With 3 platforms. So we have 3.2 and we have question 4.3. We are going to solve these 2 questions. And then also 4.2. Then we also have 3.2. Right. So I will start with 3.2. Insert a function in cell E6 to determine the total subscription fee. So now this question says the keyword is total subscription fee. Then it should be the SumIf, or you can use SumIfs for all the Netflix users. So we want the total subscription fee for all the Netflix users. We can use SumIfs. Remember, SumIfs, in order not to, we all know that from grade 11, we said SumIf calculates 1 criteria, and then the SumIfs more than one criteria. But then if you use SumIfs, you will still achieve the same result. So for examination purpose, in order not for us to confuse ourselves, whether I should use SumIf or SumIfs, we stick to SumIfs. And then the sum range will be the subscription fee, because the question said the total subscription fee. So the sum range will be the subscription fee. And then the criteria range 1, because the question says for all Netflix users, that will be platforms in column C. Like I said, you don't have to select all of them. If it's long, select 2. And then you change this one, the row. Remember, this one is from D11 to D50. So we change C12 to C50. And then the criteria, which one are we picking from here? They said Netflix. And Netflix begins with letter N. So we say N asterisk. That means N and other characters. There we go. So this is the total subscription fee for Netflix. Right. Let's go to the next question, which is question 4. From the same, that's the 4 movies. And according to the question, we should insert a CountIfs function in cell D6 to determine how many movies James Gunn has directed with a worldwide box office in column H of more than $1 million. So there's one criteria here, more than 1 million, and then also worldwide box office for James Gunn. Right. So let's go and study the data before. So the question is for box office. Now we have to check where do we find box office, which is column G. Then you take note of that. So the box office should be more than 1 million. And then the person should be James Gunn, directed by, according to the question, which was directed by James Gunn, meaning that we will get directed by no screenplay. Also, we need this one. And the person should be James Gunn. Right. Let's start. Equal sign, CountIfs. Just like SumIfs, always use CountIfs for this type of question as well. The criteria range 1, we are picking we can take James Gunn first, which is directed by. And then the criteria, we are looking for James Gunn. Now, when you say J star, J and asterisk, it's not only James Gunn that starts with letter J. We have John here as well, and Josh. So in order to separate, because James starts with J-A, so you can pick the first 3, it's fine. First 3 letters, J-A-M, star. That means J-A-M and other characters. Right. And then the second criteria will be the domestic. No, they say worldwide, sorry. Box office for worldwide, which is column H. Like I said, you don't need to select all of them. H13 to H45. And then we are looking for more than 1 million, which is greater than 1 million. There we go. So we got 2 people for James Gunn who had more than 2 million, or who had more than 1 million. So that's CountIfs. Right. Now you might get a question that also involves CountIfs or SumIfs, and then they say that contains. Right. Let's say we are going to find the total you're going to find the total worldwide box office for all those movies that has black in it. Like you see, we have the Black Panther. We have, maybe we also have Black Avengers here. Let's say we have black also here. Maybe. Okay, so. I see. Maybe you also have black in here. Now, for the SumIf, equal sign SumIf, you click on FX, the sum range will be the box office. Then the criteria range 1 is the movies. And now there's a movie that contains black in it. Because black can be anywhere, you put asterisk, black, and then it goes with asterisk. Right. There we go. So when it says contains, you put asterisk first, and then before that letter. Right. Now, I want us to also look at another scenario of the SumIfs and CountIfs. Let's say you get a question as well that is asking you to find the number of those that were directed by those people names that has exactly 9 characters. 9 characters. I mean the directors whose names has 9 characters in it. How many are they? Right. And then that one we use another wildcard called question mark. Remember the wildcard, we have the question mark. When it comes to wildcard, we have question mark. And then we have asterisk. Asterisk means that if I say A with asterisk, that means begin with letter A. But if I say star A, it means end with letter A. And then if I say A or star A star, that means contains letter A. Like the one that we just saw, it contains black. But now, it means that there's letter A and other characters that we don't know, or there are other characters that are represented by a star and then ending with letter A. And there are other characters before and then after letter A. So that is what it means. But then now the question mark here. This question mark, one question mark means one exact character. Now, when you have 2, means 2 characters. So, if this question says, we must find how many directors have 7 characters, or their names comprises 7 lengths. So, equals to CountIfs, or you can use CountIf as well, but let's do CountIfs. You still get the same results. Criteria range 1. And then the criteria, it says 7 characters. So each question mark means 1 character. There we go. So we got 0, that means there's no one that has 7 characters. Okay, let me put 9. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You got 4. So you got 4 people who have their name with exactly 4 characters. So now, this question mark is a white card that we use for exact number of characters, and then the star that shows where it is beginning and then where it is ending. So take note to answer some of these questions. Now, I will end with the last question. That will be GDE 2020, question number 3.5. Let me check, or let's pick DBE 2021, question 4.5. DBE 2021. Question number 4.5. Even question 3.4 is also count if. How many projects have budget greater than? Yeah, 4.5. Use a SumIf function in cell H2 and then the data in the quality worksheet to determine the total number of health incidents of all the measuring stations in the Eastern Cape in 2018. Right. For a, and we are working in the graphs worksheet. Now, the question, we must use the SumIf function. And then the data in the quality worksheet. There's a data in the quality worksheet to determine the total number of health incidents. So we go to the data in the quality worksheet. Total number of health incidents. Total number of health incidents of all the measuring stations in Eastern Cape in 2018. So here we are going to find the total number of health. So there's the SumIf, and then for Eastern Cape in the year 2018. So the year is here. What is the criteria range? You will need this. And the number of health incidents here, you will need it as well, which will be the sum range. And for Eastern Cape, we will need this as well. So we will need, when you get a question, identify which columns are you going to use before you answer your question. Right. So equals to SumIf. You click on FX. Now the sum range, you go to the quality worksheet, and then you select the number of health incidents. Right, then criteria range 1, we go to the health again. We are looking for Eastern Cape. So we select the provinces. And the criteria 1, what are we picking from the range here? Eastern Cape. So we can say E with the asterisk. Then the criteria range 2, we are looking for the year 2018. So that will be the year. And then the criteria will be 2018. There we go. So basically, you must identify them first. And then in most cases, the one that's important, the question is the total number of health incidents. You got the total and then the number of health incidents. That means it's what sum is. Right. But sometimes you can say find the total number of learners. Because there are learners there, then that one will be CountIfs, not SumIfs, because there's no number in the column like that. Right. So I think I've explained them into details. There are other questions that you can try your hands on. like the June 2022, and then the Free State 2022 and other questions. Just try and solve all these questions. All right, thank you.